Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to what is this week our Thursday night Kerbal Space Program live stream. Oh my goodness, I've got the wrong page up. This is from the Charity Championship. If you haven't seen that, the videos are on Twitch and they'll be coming out to YouTube soon. Let's get the right cam. There we go. Yes. Basically, my key bindings that I set up for the charity event are still in force, but don't worry, just with a little bit of a tweak and everything is all sorted. So now we can go Kerbal and we can go, that should actually work actually, there we go, and we can go back to standard. Brilliant, fixed. We are a little later tonight. My daughter was poorly. She was travel sick in the car. Now I wasn't in the car, but I've had to sort her out and get her all bathed and stuff while my wife cleans the car. So we've had a little delay tonight. I cooked dinner and we had some chicken and some vegetables and some chips, and I had mine in a wrap, which was fantastic. But yeah, if you want to, you can still donate to the listing's still open. In fact, I think they stay open for like a year or something. But yes, I do like wraps. I probably have more wraps, or I used to have more wraps than I should, and I've reduced it now because too much bread I don't think is that good for me. But we're not here to talk about wraps. We're not here to talk about the donations and stuff. We're here for some Kerbal Space Program. So here's what happened last time. Thank you very much, Jackamak. Oh, she's. Oh! Okay, it was a little bit sideways. We're gonna get Eagle 1 and we're going to change it to be our moon lander. Just a little touch. Whoa. Whoa. Ta-da! Oh no. Oh no.
Fantastic.
No, not fantastic. I accidentally just hit the space bar again. We're going to Minmus, folks. Bye-bye first stage. And activate our second stage engine. $20. 10. Touchdown. There we go, folks. That has got to be one of the smoothest landings I think I've ever done. Build orbital station. Yes! Space station! Well, there we go, folks. And like I said, thank you very much to Jackamak for doing that. That was actually a compilation of the last 3 streams, because I did my standard one and then I did 2 surprise lunchtime ones. So, thanks again. Now, so yes, my space bar on my keyboard, I did accidentally press it on that stream. I have unbound it in Kerbal Space Program now. So pressing space bar will not stage the aircrafts. I have moved it to F12. I was tempted to move it to F24, but we'll see. Westain, watching on YouTube, hello, welcome, good evening. We've just done the what happened last time part, and also we've got some other little bits and bobs. Isn't F12 screenshot? I think F12 is default for screenshot in Steam, but I'm pretty sure I turned that off. So if we go to Kerbal Space Program into flying mode, you can see the joystick here. Now we're not flying at the minute, but I'm going to show you. There's a button here on the top side of the joystick, which I have not used thus far. Okay, I don't know if I can't actually zoom in with the setup that I've got at the moment. This, I found out, is bound to custom action group 1. So if I want to use that, I can. No, I've got that wrong. This one under here on the bottom, the trigger one, I might actually be able to tilt it up and show you. The trigger, that's custom action group 1. This one on the side is abort. So we've got that all sorted out there. Why aren't astronauts hungry when they get to space? Because they had a big launch, of course. I like that. That's quite good, that. Right then, so I have already said on social media and Discord what we are doing today. We are going to be sending some Kerbals to the moon. So that one where I accidentally pressed the space bar, that was the unmanned version of the manned mission we're going to be doing today. I'm feeling... Oh! KSP upgraded. Kerbal Space Program upgraded. There has been some nice little tweaks. This is the... I can't remember the name of the update. Something to do with the end? I know it's the last proper update that they're going to be doing. But I'm guessing that... like, you can choose to load aircraft from different game saves. So, Live Let's Play Series 1 or Master Hellish. What we got in here? We've got the Lunar Mark II... Fighter Jet 5, all sorts. But today we are going to be taking the Moonlander 1 on top of the Eagle 3 and the Moonlander 2. Yeah, I haven't done a manned moon landing. We've done a manned moon flyby in this series. Last series, it didn't go good. Definitely not a good place to put the abort button. Yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, most of the time I don't even have my thumb up there. It's my thumb's down here. So I actually have to lift my thumb up to do this. This is not a normal position to have my thumb. Usually it's on this thumb rest here. So the only one I might do accidentally is this trigger. But I don't think I've done it that. Yeah, safety cage on the button would be good. Anyway, so here we have a standard Eagle 3 rocket. It's got 2 of the solid fuel boosters on the side. It's got 2 of the liquid fuel boosters on the side. All 3 engines at the bottom are swivel engines. Then the second stage has retractable solar panels and a communications device. And then the lunar landing stage has a few small fuel tanks, landing legs, and 1 little engine, which hopefully should do the final touchdown and get us back to Kerbin. Then when we come back to Kerbin, we separate the fuel stage, and there is an ablator on the bottom of this, so we should be able to bring our Kerbals back safe and sound. Right then, who's going to fly on this? Well, we're going to take Team Alpha. Team Alpha is Sixer, Nudger, and Brandon. Now, there's not enough room in this aircraft for Brandon, so we're going to take Brandon separately with the science equipment. Brandon is the scientist after all. Lexi is the head of Team Beta, which we've got PT Hudson and Matt Stratt. All of these people are Viewer Plus subscribers, and thank you very much to my Viewer Plus subscribers. You guys are the people that keep this channel going. Not Twitch, not YouTube, not the donations, none of that. Viewer Plus, by far. So thank you very much for all your support. So I'm actually ready to take this out. It's almost identical to the craft we took last time. The only difference is that we've got the Kerbal module on the top. So let's go out to the launch pad. Bravo. Yes, bravo. Now the trick is going to be trying to get Brandon to land next to the other 2. And I don't know whether we're going to be able to do that, so we'll see. So the first thing we're going to do is warp to sunrise. because I don't want to launch at night. I want to be able to open up those solar panels and get the electric juice in case we need it. There we go. We'll turn the SAS on before I forget. We'll check the staging. So we've got the engines, the side boosters and the clamps all go at the same time. Solid fuels drop, liquid fuel drop, and then we've got the second stage detaching from the first stage, as well as the aerodynamic caps coming off. Then we light up the fuel of the second stage and take it all the way to the moon. Then we drop the second stage and light up the engine for the landing stage, and then we can separate drogue and parachute. Cool. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another stage between that separation and the drogues, because if I accidentally do that, it won't be a lunar landing mission, it'll be a rescue mission required mission. Just tape Brandon to the side with duct tape. That sounds like a fantastic idea, actually. Okay, so SAS is on. We're on maximum throttle. We've got Sixer and Nudger on board for this one. So for the first time, let's take Kerbals onto the surface of another body. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, launch. And up they go. So, as we accelerate up, I'd just like to remind everybody that we have got a game giveaway in the middle of today's live stream. To celebrate the release of Railroute and my tutorial series, we're going to be giving away one copy of Railroute in this live stream. So thank you very much to the developers for donating that that code to me. If anything, Brandon is probably got a much better chance than these two, because the vehicle would have been tested all over again. Right then, we're cruising up quite nicely. We've gone past 10,000 kilometers. I'm going to start to try and bring it over. We're going to throttle up, get ready to stage those solids off. Away they go. Whoa, steady. It's a little bit top heady, but it's not too bad. There's quite a lot of fuel in that second stage and the moon lander there, but overall we're doing okay. Still 0 deaths. What we'll do is we'll get this in orbit and we'll set up a bet. We'll set up a bet to see whether you think we're going to get people to land on the moon without them dying or anything like that. Okay, so we're really high up now in the atmosphere. Just coming out of the atmosphere, actually. So I'm going to start moving the craft sideways. We're actually going to be making it into space sometime very soon. It's not very stable for some reason. Probably I'm just not used to the joystick so much after so long. Right, we need to get ready to separate those two side liquid engines. At the minute on this trip, the abort button does nothing. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and detach. And those two side bits are gone. So now we're just under the power of the first stage. Hopefully we're going to do good. We could release these dome caps now, but I'll wait until we detach the second stage. I'm not that fussed, to be honest. Sixer and Nudger are now in space. So all we've got to do is get this into an orbit. We're doing okay at the moment. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to burn this through fine. Looks like we're okay. Probably going to be fine. Yep, we're just going to keep burning. Okay, so whilst that's going, I'm going to try and get the bot set up to do the betting. So let's see. Let's edit this one. Just check how we're getting on. Okay, we're doing okay. Want to keep it relatively even, a nice even orbit. Let's just bring the craft over a little bit. Whoa, steady. That's enough, I think. How we're getting on the map. Oh yeah, we're doing brilliant on the map. There's this new time button. I have no idea what that new button does. So, good landing? Question mark. Yes, no. Still burning this stage. It's quite heavy actually to be able to accelerate this whole oh, actually, whilst we're up here, we should extend the solar panels on the second stage as well as the communications. There we go. So now we're not going to run out of power. That'd be rubbish if we did run out of power, wouldn't it? We're about to make a proper orbit. So here we go. I can see that there's the camera shake, there's the camera move. Periapsis just went up to 80 kilometers. So we got a really good orbit actually. 80, 82. And we've still got probably somewhere in the region of, I'd say 25-30% of our first stage fuel left. So if we look at the map, we've got a nice little orbit. So now we need to get ready to do our transfer orbit away from Kerbin. And we're actually in quite a bad position to do that. So let's just warp around until we're in a good position. So here we go. The bet's going out. Good landing, yes or no? I can't remember if this works on YouTube, but certainly on if you're watching on Twitch, you can follow the instructions in chat to bet, and you bet with Hellish points. If you want to know more about Hellish points, there's a link on my website. Right, what's that? Is that the space station? What is? Oh, it's Minmus. Okay, you guys might not be able to see it very well, but we've got Kerbin, the moon, and just in that little tiny... You see that dot there? Little black dot? I don't think you got... You might be able to see it. That's Minmus. Right, okay, let's stop looking at moons and start getting ready for our burns. So if we burn now, it's going to be a little bit early, so let's warp a little bit more. The way I do this is to have the orbit so that the moon is at 3 o'clock and you burn when you're at 6 o'clock in prograde. So we are in the right position, but we're not prograde, so I'm going to just hit the prograde button. You can bet on YouTube. Okay. You might not have the same points. The bot isn't alive. The bot is offline. No, CloudBot is fine. So I will turn it off and I will turn it back on again. And see if that makes a difference. I've seen that somebody has bet though, so there we go. Right, full throttle now. Let's throttle that up. I think we're a bit upside down, but I'll turn us around the right way. I don't know how we ended up upside down. I can always tell which way's the right way up for this rocket because it's got the antenna on the top. I say top compared to the camera. So there's the moon we're heading towards. We're going to meet it over to the right. Ah. Weird thing is that I can see 2 bets for no already. So I don't think the bet is 100%. Oh, Jack and Mac bet. That's not good. Right, we're about to launch the second stage, but before we do, we need to turn the craft slightly to try and shake off these side pieces. So the first stage is about to run out of fuel. There we go. So now I'm going to turn off prograde, move us sidewards a little, and stage. There we go. So that has got rid of the first stage. It's got rid of the cap off the top there, and these will fall off soon as well. So we'll put ourselves back to prograde. Stage again to turn that engine on and throttle up. There we go. Oh no, we broke one of our solar panels. Did you see that? It snapped the solar panel off. I'm sure it'd be fine. Right, how are we doing on... Oh my goodness. We went past it. We went past it. We're going to have to retrograde. That's not good. That is not good. I wasn't paying attention. Right, let's have a look. Whoa. There's a moon intercept. We didn't go past it by much. It's only by a tiny bit. Right then, so there is our moon intercept. What we're going to do now is warp halfway along. It's only working from YouTube. How strange. Normally it only works from Twitch. We're going to focus on the moon, and we're going to have a look here. See, look, the orbit is really strange there. So if we retrograde burn, can we flip that round the other way? Well, it brings it in. What about a burn on the normal? Will that flip the whole thing round? Just using my left hand here for these smaller adjustments. There we go. Yeah, we can flip it round easy like that. The only problem is it's now gone that way. Oh my goodness, this is a bit odd. How can we get that down? We've got such a crazy elliptical orbit there on the way out as well. These guys could end up going to the wrong planet, let alone the wrong moon. Oh, there we go. So that'll bring it round and down, where it should do. That's it. And then I think maybe a little nudge retrograde. We don't want to use too much fuel on this adjustment, but it's it's a bit prograde, I think. I think it's better that we do it now. Okay. Let's give it a little bit more normal or anti-normal. I think it's going to be normal. That's the anti-normal. There's retrograde. Here it is. Let's just put our dot on there. No, that's not doing what I want it to. Ooh, we're coming in a really funny angle this time. I don't think I've ever come in this trajectory before. Let's have a quick look at the actual path. We're catching it as it comes round. Okay. I think I've managed to get it. There we go. We're evening it out. This is it. This is it. That is pretty much perfect. That is pretty much perfect. No. We just need a little prograde burn to get ourselves close to the moon's surface. We don't want to get too close that we crash into it. Here we go. Nice and gentle now. Probably somewhere in the region of 40 to 30 kilometers would do. There we go, 39. That'll do. Okay. We're getting close now. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is get close to the periapsis and circularize the orbit. We do that with just a big retrograde. Oh, why have we got no probe control? We should have probe control. Moon Comsat, why have we not got... Why is the antenna idle? Electrical charge has gone to 0. Oh, look at that. The panel, the one remaining solar panel, is pretty much in the shadow of the sun. We're going to have to get a Kerbin out and turn it... Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, we're going to have to get a Kerbin out and turn it round. Right. Crew hatch. EVA. Transfer crew. Sixer, you're going outside. There, look, there's the craft regaining power because we nudged it. Now we just have to get back inside. SAS on. I just hope he can get back in. That's the only problem. Come on. Come on, Sixer. You probably saved the day. Get ready. Get ready. We want to board. Board. Yes! Right. Sixer, you are a brilliant, brilliant person. Right. Can't see because there's too many contact lines. Okay. Yes, we just want to do a full retrograde burn now. So, swing the aircraft round. And let's extend the other solar panels while we're at it. Because they're not going to get bashed off. There we go. And, I guess... max power? Yep, there we go. So we're closing the orbit round. Yeah, no electrical charge, but I sorted it out. Sixer didn't float off into the dark beyond. Sixer was fine. I'm glad, kind of glad that everything went well there on that side of things. We did go a bit past the periapsis, so got to be careful with this burn. But as a general rule, I think we'll be alright. Maybe we'll do this in like 2 or 3 little burns. So that periapsis is fine. Let's go around and warp again. Here we go. Just to make it nice and neat and bring it in. We're going to land on the bright side. Or at least that's what I hope. See, I was surprised that I didn't have probe control because I thought we've got communication satellites here. Even if we're on the other side of the moon to Kerbin, we should still have enough communications. Right. We are in a good orbit now. We are in orbit. Everything is cushy. Fuel is good. It could be better. Electrical charge and everything else is fine. We can actually extend the antenna on the upper stage, the actual lander, and we can get the legs out as well now because we're getting ready for our final approach. So I think if we come to about here on the warp, we'll just try and land in this general area. I mean, I'm not aiming for anywhere in particular. Okay, so here we go. Retrograde burning now. And the line is now intersecting with the lunar surface. There we go. We're coming in, folks. This is it. This is it. In fact, I think it's an appropriate time now. Hey Google, enable red alert.
Got it. Activating red alert.
Okay. Yeah, the lunar surface. Not well, I suppose it could be lunar. But here we go. Height above ground is 28 kilometers right now. Let's have a look and see what the situation is. I want to come in from quite high. I need this when playing Command & Conquer next, yeah. So I think if we keep burning for just a little bit, we might get a nice landing spot somewhere around here. I don't want to use too much fuel. We've got about 850 meters per second of delta V, plus the lander itself. So we should be okay. That looks like a good angle to me. Okay. Power that off. And let's fast forward a little bit, because otherwise we're going to take forever. I think when we're about 13 kilometers. There we go. So I am going to start a slow deceleration burn already. I want to start bleeding some speed off as we come in. Now remember, as we come down, the idea is we drop the second stage and switch to the actual moon lander's engine itself. So there will be an explosion as we're landing. It's how we do it with this one. Now really what I should do is separate these two vessels in orbit of the moon. The lander should go down by itself. It should come back up by itself, rendezvous with the second stage to refuel, and then come back to Kerbin. Right, we're coming in now. Full throttle for a little bit to reduce our speed. I want to get us under 400 meters per second. I want to get us under 350 now. There we go. I want to get us under 300 now. What I'm doing is trying to get our speed to match the kind of altitude. So when we are 6 kilometers up, I want to be 300 meters per second. When we're 4 kilometers up, I want to be 200 meters per second. So we're doing okay at the moment. I can reduce the throttle a little bit. We're on target. I can reduce the throttle a little bit more. So when we're 3 kilometers up, we should be at 150 meters per second. We just passed 150 meters per second, and we've still got a little bit to go on 3 kilometers, so I'm just going to bring the throttle down a little bit more. The one thing we didn't put on this was lights for landing, but never mind. We are slowing right down now. We're nearly at 50 meters per second. And we're still 2 kilometers up. Fuel is alright. Okay, I'm just going to bring that engine right down now. Okay, so just before we separate this, which we'll do in just a second, I will turn the engines off. I will separate sideways, and then we will go for it. So here we go. Engines off. Sideways. Separate. Now, make sure that we are with the right section. Make sure we've got retrograde selected, and throttle that up just for a second to slow us down. There goes the second stage. It's going to impact the surface. Here it goes. Did part of it land? Part of the second stage survived. Okay, we are now coming down. We've got plenty of fuel at the moment, but this has got to get us back. We're at 500 meters, and I'm keeping it at about 10 meters per second at the moment. When we get under 200 meters, I'm going to try and reduce that a little bit. I keep my finger away from that staging button. Okay, I'm just going to reduce the speed a little bit. We're getting close now. There's about 200. We're coming down at about 6 meters per second now. Ideally, we want to come down and contact anywhere between 3 and 8 meters per second. So cruising down at 5.7 now. No, the second stage is still falling. It's about to smash. Oh no, it just hit the surface there. It's now rolling down. It's lost its solar panels, but here we go. We're coming in. We've got less than 100 meters. Is the surface really hilly? It is a little bit hilly. It is a little bit hilly. Here we go. 50 meters. 40. Coming in a little hot. Just a slight extra boost. And here we go. Touchdown. Touchdown on an ever so slightly wonky lunar lander. Absolutely fantastic. Hey Google, enable camera mode.
Sure. Activating the camera.
There we are, we're back. We're back to normal. There we are. Well, folks, we landed on the surface of the moon, and I didn't accidentally stage it. So that is brilliant. I'm just wondering, what state is this second stage in? Okay, so it's lost its solar panels. But I've still got control of it. So we could actually fire this across the lunar surface. It landed fine. It's because I think it's because it was coming in quite slow. It does appear to have landed on its solar panels though. So should we fire the engine? What do we think, chat? Should we fire the engine in the second stage and make it fly away? I'll let you know. Hellish, have you had any input lag using your hostess? How would you address it? I haven't noticed any input lag. It's fine. Yes, do it, says Egg. Right, here we go. I'm going to do it gently at first. Yep, there we go. Ah, the engine blew off. Well, if I'd have known this stage was going to survive, I'd have done something about it. But it'll just sit here on the surface now. Well, there we go. Sixer and Nudger are on the surface of the moon. They're going to get out, have a little walk around, do an EVA. But before we do that, we're going to go and get Brandon. Fireworks are always good. I was hoping that I could fire it enough to get to the lip of the crater and then launch it back into space. It would have run out of electrical charge eventually. But right then, let's go back to the space center. So we're going to close the betting and pick the winners. So one person bet yes, they'll be getting the hellish points. Congratulations to you. And yep, only one person got the bet on that. But now we're going to switch from the Moonlander 1 to the Moonlander 2. Now the only difference between the Moonlander 1 and the Moonlander 2 is that the Moonlander 2 has a pod on top instead of a dual bay and science underneath. So the idea is that when we get down to the surface, Brandon will be able to do all the science and then we'll be able to take it home. I guess... No, we don't need to do science in space around the moon. We've done that already, so there's no point in resetting the experiments or anything like that. So, let's do it. I wonder how close we can get to Sixer and to Nudger. Right. Oh, hang on. We've got the wrong person in here. Lexi, you're here to fly planes, not rockets. Should be Brandon in here. So let's get that sorted out. Okay, science, parts, crew, done. Let's see. Okay, so let's get the right person. It's our scientist Brandon who is going to be taking this vessel out. We might even be able to launch in the daytime still. So let's see. Yes. I don't know where the sun is. Oh, it's directly above us. And the moon's over there. Oh, we might be able to do this in one smooth movement. Okay, Brandon's ready. Let's get everything sorted out. Let's check the staging. So, standard staging for the Eagle 1 to begin with the caps. And the separation of the second stage. Second stage, light up. Landing stage, light up and separation. Return stage, separation, drogue and parachute. Fantastic. Let's get that throttled up. Get the SAS on. And we're going to launch Brandon. In 3, 2, 1. There we go. Brandon's on his way up. Now once we get to the surface, we'll do the game giveaway for rail route, so hang around for that. Okay, throttling back a little bit. While we're in the thicker parts of the atmosphere, we don't want the rocket to go too fast. It'll create way too much drag. Chris, 560 hellish points. That's fantastic. Okay, Brandon looks very happy about this. Do you feel nervous, Brandon? Do you? Your Kerbin's in my hands. Actually, it's not in my hands. I'm not even touching the flight controls right now. Okay, so we're at 10 kilometers. Going to start a slight rotation there. Full power now, and the side boosters are gone. Just trying to correct that little turn there. The rocket really wants to go over. We're not high enough in the atmosphere just yet. This rocket, just because of those spits on the side of it, the sticky outy parts near in the lander stage, it really feels like it just wants to tip. But I'm letting it go over very gently. Bit by bit. And you can see that the orbit kind of manoeuvre is going quite well. Just some little fine adjustments as we go. We're just throttling down a little bit because we're going to end up in space already. I'm going to turn the rocket onto its side and we're going to try and start our orbit circularization already. We're only at 52 kilometers, but I don't see any reason why not. There we go. So far, so good. Brandon's happy. I'm happy. The electrical charge is happy. Oh, there we go. Stage those side ones. Get rid of those liquids. We don't need them. They're empty and done. Right, this time I'm going to temporarily extend one of the solar panels so that it doesn't get smashed to pieces when we stage the next stage. Okay. So far, so good for Brandon. Brandon's a bit nervous, but he's happy to do the science. I would be happy to do the science as well. This is actually the longest bit of the burn, isn't it? But looking at this, the moon is already... Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this in one. I'll give it a go. See if we can just keep burning out. Look at these. Moonlander debris that got flung. Are they going to... Oh, they're probably going to be just orbiting Kerbin forever until we get rid of them. I wonder if we'll get Brandon anywhere near the others. We'll see. Okay, this time I'm going to keep an eye on the burn. I'm not going to let the burn go past the point that we want it to be. And hopefully we can hit the moon at a good angle so I don't have to expend a lot of fuel switching things around. We can come in with a longer and slower burn towards the lunar surface, and that will be safer. My goal was to get everybody on the surface of the moon and do the science within the first hour of the live stream. Then we can spend the next part trying to get everybody back again, which I'm sure will be relatively straightforward and easy to do, he says. I think. Now, I have been working on some moon buggies. They're coming along quite nicely. I did show you them a couple of streams ago, but I haven't really got the science to put on there yet. I want to unlock more science to pieces of equipment. Here we are. We're just about to make orbit. Watch the apoapsis and periapsis swap over. There we go. Now, in theory, I can probably just burn this straight out, but I don't think it's going to be very efficient too. And because there's Kerbals on board... Oh, I accidentally switched to the science. Suicide burn. You know you want to. It kind of is a suicide burn. It's just not a It's not a very suicide burn. Right, we're going to have to try and find Brandon in space now, because I accidentally went away from him. Where's Brandon? What's that? That's Comsat. Comsat. Oh, there it is. Moonlander. Fly, not terminate. That would be bad. I don't want to kill one of my Viewer Plus subscribers. Speaking of Viewer Plus subscribers, have you considered becoming a Viewer Plus subscriber? It's cheaper than a Twitch sub, and it supports me directly with no middleman. And PayPal handle all of your banking details securely. So why not go over to the website, have a look, and see what you think. Right, we're in space. We're in space, and we're not letting go of that first stage yet. I do want to do an adjustment, though. So I want to come round so that we're kind of... What's that? Oh, I've got the TR9 floating behind us. Okay, we're going to warp around the planet once, just to get in a better position to come by the moon. Hopefully we don't crash into any of this space debris. I'm sure it'll be fine. This will probably work. It will. We're going to have all Kerbals on the moon, nice and safe. The only thing that I don't really know is how close together they're all going to be. Okay, let's just warp forward a little bit more. Get the craft in a prograde sort of position. Bring that throttle up slightly. Because it's a swivel engine, it helps with the manoeuvrability of the aircraft at this stage when it's so big. There we go. Throttling up. We're doing okay at the moment. Brandon's quite happy on the top. Rover? Yes, we're going to have a rover in the future. We'll have a rover for the second trip, because what we'll do, we're going to the moon now for some basic science and some basic discovery. And I'm going to keep an eye on this. But what we'll do is we'll return to the moon once we've unlocked more science equipment, and we'll go there, we'll put rovers on the moon, and we'll put a base on the moon. And then we'll have some Kerbals live there. Which will be fantastic, of course. This looks like it's coming out quite nicely. Oh, that's the first stage gone. So, engines off. Let's rotate round slightly and retract the solar panel this time, because I don't want it to get smashed. So, stage all of the bits and bobs and swing the craft back round again. There we go, we've got bits flying all over the place, and we can extend those solar panels now and stage again to ignite the second stage engine, and we'll leave all that rubbish behind. Alright, let's have a look, see how we're getting on. We're doing well. This time, last time worked, we got them where we wanted, but this time, so far it's running a little bit smoother. Okay, we're getting close to a lunar intercept. I'm just dialing back on that power. There we go. That looks like a relatively good one to me. Let's check it at the moon. Oh, look at that. Just a little bit more. Whoa! Oh, we're going to get it. almost spot on first time. Forty kilometers, that'll do. No need for any adjustment part way. If you get a rover to land on the moon for Discovery, you should name it Audrey, as that's what my daughter named my Land Rover Discovery. I like it, I like it. Right, what we're going to do now is we're just going to turn SAS off and spin it up. And then we'll turn SAS back on again. And apart from making Brandon feel ill, the reason for that was to fling off the extra nose cones without it smashing into the solar array. So there we go. We can extend the antenna and just twist us so we're facing the right way again. And off we go to the moon, Brandon, almost in one clean movement. We're going to warp until we need to circularize the lunar orbit. So here we go. Brandon's coming in. And this time we've got full control. How have we got control? We've got direct control back to Kerbin. That's fine. Let's make sure that we are facing the right way. We need to put our bottom into the wind, so to speak. Our solar array automatically turns round as well. And we throttle up. And begin our orbit circularization and slowdown maneuvers. So you can see the landing site over here. We could actually get there in just one maneuver as well. Almost certainly. The only problem is it would be on the dark side of the moon. I don't really want that. I don't really want to land on the dark side. Oh, it's on kind of like sunset, isn't it? And as from what I can remember, the moon is tidally locked with Kerbin, which means for every one orbit Kerbin does, every one orbit the moon does around Kerbin, the moon rotates once as well. So, are we going to go in for a landing right away? Yes, yes we are. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to try and get close to the other guys. Yeah, we always see the same side, but what I'm saying is that our real moon and the moon in Kerbal Space Program is the same, when Minmus isn't. So, let's twist our orbit. Let's give ourselves a pulse here. That's the wrong way. I just saw the orbit shift and it was the wrong way. So let's just turn the aircraft round. Coming in from this kind of steep high trajectory may be a bad idea. But we've got 1,000 meters per second of delta V at the moment. There we go. That puts us right over the top of them by the looks of it to me. If anything, we're slightly too high. Just by like a fraction of a degree or two. So I'm just going to give us a quick look. Ooh, we went past it. Come on. This has still got the second stage attached, so it's a little bit cumbersome. It's not nowhere near as cumbersome as when we had the first stage attached. That should be pretty close. Okay, let's put our bum into the wind again. Go retrograde. And with exactly 1,000 meters per second of delta V left for our landing, let's give it a go. Let's see if we can actually do a pinpoint landing right on top of these guys. I'd hate it if Brandon actually landed on top of the other guys, but we should be able to get it very close. There we go. Let's do that. Okay, let's prepare ourselves. Landing legs out. Solar panels out. Let's extend the antenna. Where's the antenna? This one doesn't appear to have an antenna. Great. Well, Brandon's in there, so I'll always have some form of control, even if we lose, like, our prograde and retrograde from the probe. That's why I didn't bother with an antenna. Where's our comsat? So we've got a comsat over here, and we've got a comsat over there. So there is a small chance that we lose communications. In which case, I'll have to take it down manually with Brandon. But we got enough fuel, so it's fine. It's a little bit of a excuse me, it's a bit stuck there. So yes, here we go. We'll do something similar like we did before. Oh, there's the landing site previous. So let's go full power. It looks like we're going to overshoot. I went a little bit too far. So we're going to be close, but not ridiculously close. Might even be able to do a bit of a boost back burn almost. I think we've got enough fuel to do it. Should we try the boost back burn, folks? Here we go. We're slowing right down. We're about to start boosting back towards them. See if we can get in the same crater as them, eh? Okay, I'm not actually going to use any more fuel than that. I'm not going to use any more fuel than that. I'm not willing to use any more fuel because of our acceleration towards the ground still. So we got within 9 kilometers. Maybe once we've landed, we can do a hop with the lander to get it closer. Maybe we can do a hop with each lander. But I think, you know what, 9 kilometers... Well, actually, it's going to be probably a little bit closer once we land. Maybe about 6 or 7 kilometers once we get down. But we should be fine just to coast this all the way. The only thing I'm worried about is losing communications and losing that stability control. So we're coming in a little bit dark. We're 2 kilometers up now. We're going quite fast. I'm going to concentrate now. Full burn now to slow us down. We're going to get ready for the ejection of that lower stage, and we'll have to swap over. There we go. Okay, we're coming down pretty good actually. That sorted it out. I'm happy with that. 800 meters above the surface. This is where I really wish I'd put some lights on it. We do have lights, but it's only for the very top. 25 meters per second. I'm just going to slow us down and do the separation. So here comes the separation. Switching to the correct bit, putting ourselves in the retrograde, and we've got about 400 meters to go. It's going to be quite dark to land on that. We're 300 up. Okay, here we go, folks. 300 up. I'm going to allow it to get up to about 10 meters per second. And we're going to coast down until we've got about 100 meters to go. And then I'll slow it down even further. We could probably survive 10 meters per second, but I don't want to do 10 meters per second. There's 7. We're coming in nicely now. Oh, this is good. This is a good one. 5 meters per second with 30 meters to go. Oh, this is going to be almost perfect. Oh, that was so soft and so beautiful. And look at that. 1,931 meters per second of delta V remaining. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What I think we will do... The second stage survived again. Oh, and this one survived with all its solar panels. That is crazy that we came down so soft that the second stage survived as well. There's a bit of a screenshot, isn't there? I'm taking that. Okay, before we do anything else, I think we should... Should we try and hop over? What do you guys think in the chat? Let me know in the chat whether we should try and hop Brandon over to the other guys. I'm almost certain we've got plenty of fuel left. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got plenty. Should we just throttle this one up? How confident are you? Yeah, everybody's saying do a hop. Should we blast this one off? What should we do with the second stage? First do the science? No, Egg, I don't want to do the science first. I want to get them close together first. Okay, let's see if we can, like, smash this stage up or something, shall we? There we go. We're blasting it out the way. Cannot switch when vessel is about to crash. Oh, I love it. What's the worst that can happen? We could actually probably get... We might be able to... Do you think we get it back into orbit? We could probably get this back into orbit. It's just it's useless. It's got no science on board. It can't relay satellite signals. So... Here we go. It's coming down into the ground. How much of this vessel will survive? There we go. None of it. Right. Let's go back into map view. Look, they look relatively close to each other. Let's go to the tracking station and we'll pick up them and we'll do the hop. So, Moonlander 1, Ship 2. There we go, that's Brandon. So Brandon's the one with more Delta V because his moon... He's got the same, roughly the same amount of fuel, but his lander is lighter. I'm a little bit concerned that we're going to lose signal whilst we do this maneuver. We might have to wait like a month until we get back. Okay, we'll do a small hop to begin with. Okay, we'll do a small hop to begin with and then we'll see how we go from there. So let's have a look. Let's make sure we're facing the right way. So we are not, I don't think. Okay. I'm a little bit nervous. It's a bit dark, but let's do it anyway. Here we go. It's got stability assist, but it's going a little bit sideways. Okay, that's got us going towards them. We just got to do another landing, essentially. That's all it is. Let's correct our burn a little. Let's see, how are we for Delta V? We used about 200 to start this manoeuvre. We're going a little bit off course. Now, according to this, we're about on our way down. So I think we'll be near the rim. I don't want to use too much more Delta V, so we will land it now. We're on our way back down. I'm going to point us retrograde. I'm going to get ready to slow us down. There's a lot of sideward slowing down to be done. Okay, let's do a landing. We're only 3 kilometers away. We could probably do it if we wanted to, but I don't want Brandon to not have enough fuel to get home again. Okay, we're about 100 meters up. Coming in nice and soft. 5 meters per second, I think that's going to be fine. It's like so close but yet so far, if you know what I mean. But it's just nice to have them near together. And there we go, landed again. And we've still got 1,600 Delta Vs, and we can't actually jump over to the other guys. So should we get Brandon out and do the science? So let's retract the solar panel. And let's do everything. So we will do a crew report. And we'll keep the experiment. We'll EVA. And we'll do an EVA report. And we'll keep the experiment. We will gently let go. And his face will slowly slide down the side of the craft. There we go. And we'll get you onto the surface. There you are, Brandon. You was actually the first Kerbal on the surface because you're the one that needed to do the science. You're not going to be the one planting the flag, however. You are going to do a surface sample worth 120 science, which is fantastic. And then I'm going to try and get you up here to do these readings. So let's turn your light on. Let's go into build mode because we don't use the stick for Kerbal control. I think you can set it up for Kerbal control. So with a combination of jumping and the jetpack, you can pretty much go as high as you need to get back on board. So don't worry about that, Brandon. Let's log the temperature. And we may as well take the data. We will conduct the materials study. And it says the materials study from the moon's highlands. We're in the highlands. The fine dust of the moon has intermixed with some of the samples. You have a sneaking suspicion that they'll never get the lab clean again. That's 100 science. That's fantastic. Let's close the doors on that. And then, can we do mystery goo from here, or do we have to walk closer? Closer. Okay, climb. There we go. Observe the mystery goo. I don't know why I didn't put it all closer. The goo seems to be less dense here. Interesting. There we are, Brandon. What we will do is we will wait until the sun rises on this side of the moon again to do our takeoff maneuvers. So you're going to just spend a bit of time on the moon. Let's come back again this way because you're banging your head. Whee! That was a massive jump. Let's use the RCS to slow your descent. And we'll log the pressure. The pressure gauge is sitting there motionless. Perhaps you should tap it a few times. Let's keep that. Right, now we've got to try and get Brandon back inside this, inside the lander. Which we should be able to do with just a little bit of careful RCS. There we go. Back inside. Well done, Brandon. Well done. Who's going to plant the flag? I think it's got to be the pilot of the mission. I think it's got to be the pilot of the mission. So if we go to the tracking station, because these vessels are just a tiny bit too far apart to do it via the switching vessel jobby. Let's do the moon lander and fly that one. I think this one's ever so slightly more in the sun, but let's go have a look. Let's find out. Nope, this one's pretty much in the shade as well. But we've got world milestones popping in. So Sixer, are you going to EVA? We have to click the crew hatch and do transfer crew and EVA Sixer. Here we go. So Sixer is now stood on top. And there's no science for Sixer to do apart from get off and plant the flag. So we're going to do a jump. And we're going to gently come down with our a jetpack. Now we have to be careful because if we run out of monopropellant on the jetpack, we might not be able to jump back into the spaceship, back into the lander. Crossstone says, hi, how are you? I'm doing good, thank you. How are you? Oh, there's a bit of the second stage left on that one. Nudger, it's your turn to come out now. So we'll transfer Nudger out that hatch. Turn on your RCS and woo. There we go. Turn on your lights as well. So there we go. We've got Nudger and we've got Sixer on the lunar surface with their lander. And just over the hill there was Brandon in his lander with his science experiments. So while we're here, we're just going to switch to Sixer. Sixer is the pilot, which means Sixer gets to plant the flag. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Blomp. There we are. Brilliant. Site name. Moon! Exclamation mark. Now while we're here, we're going to do an EVA report and take a surface sample because there's no reason not to. Where are we actually? Let's just switch over to Nudger. Nudger, if you do an EVA report from the Moon Highlands. Okay, so everybody landed in the Highlands. It makes sense. You take a surface sample as well. Have you got anything? I've got quite a few things planned for this weekend. I've got some photography work on. Right, we're going to try and get these guys back in the hatch now. Just a little jump to kick off, and there we go. There's one of them. And have we got RCS turned on? No. There we go. Now we have jump and gentle, gentle, gentle. Oh, oh. Oh, there we go. Cannot store experiments. Ah, right, okay. This is because Sixer and Nudger both have a surface sample and we can't have both in there. So we've got one of each. Which is fine. It's not a problem. Right then, like I said, I think we're going to wait until sunrise on the moon before we take these off again. So we're going to have to fast forward. And we're going to have to fast forward quite a bit. Like half a month. Oh no, it doesn't take a month for this to go round. So we're just about to have a moon sunrise. So the sun is about to rise. You can see Kerbin is lit there. And we're next to our flag. So if I fast forward just a little bit more. Come on, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Solar power's back up. We've got control. Everything's cool. And we've got the satellites in the right place. So it's time to take off and try and get ourselves back. Now getting back you should be able to do with 1000 meters per second to delta V. And we've got 1700. So remove helmet doesn't seem too smart. I don't think removing helmet's a good idea, Egg or Brandon. I really don't think it's a good idea. So we're going to turn the lights off in case they are on. And we're going to... Oh no, the solar panels are still there. What's that? That's like a surface thing. What? Well, that's the second stage, isn't it? What's this? It's a little moon crater. We'll have to come and examine one of them sometime soon. But it is time for us to take off. And we're going to take off to the right so that we get a... Well, viewing from the top so we get like a counterclockwise orbit. So let's make sure we get that right. So Kerbin is there immediately to our left. The sun is more or less to our right. We want to more or less head towards the sun. So I'm just going to look at the nozzle and tilt the joystick just to show myself which way I need to point the engine when we first take off. Okay, so I need to push it forwards to get us facing the right way. Scanning arm. I don't think I've unlocked the scanning arm yet. Okay, folks, here we go. So it's Nudger and Sixer's turn to return home first. Here we go then, folks. Heading, just double checking again, heading towards roughly the sun, roughly to the right. Goodbye, moon. It was a nice little journey. We stayed on the moon for about 4 days. Here we go. No! No! That was nearly very bad. Right, we need to get this to go to the right now. Come on. Trying to get this. Just get the orientation right. Here we go. That was a bit of a mess up. I'm glad I did it on very low power. We are now heading almost exactly in the direction I need to. Oh dear. That was scary. That was really scary to begin with. Right. So apparently that's about 30 kilometers now. That looks good. We actually flew over Brandon. There's Brandon. Just on the surface there. We'll come back for you soon. I don't know why there's... Oh, there's this old second stage. We've got a flag down there in that crater, which is brilliant. So, now... I should be able to reorientate the spacecraft correctly. So that I can... Oh, yep, there we go. Everything's fine now. There we go. We'll try and circularize the orbit. Oh, we don't want to do that yet. We did it a little bit too early. Let's go and warp to there. We should have communications from the from the comsats if we need it. Here we go. Perfect. Now we just need to wait until we are in the right part of the orbit to do a lunar, or I should say Lunar escape trajectory, which is roughly there. So yes, look, we switched to ComSat 1 there. Now we've switched to ComSat 2. And now we switched back to Kerbin. It's quite good the way it all works. Brandon's waving goodbye. Right, there we go. So now it's time to just prograde out of here. The lighter we get, the faster this goes as well. So here we go. As soon as we get Lunar Escape, we'll see what our orbit is back to Kerbin. Not great, but we can just switch. Here we go, actually. That's not too bad. We actually end up with another encounter there by the looks of it, which we don't want. Right, the periapsis is 2 million out. We need to dip our periapsis into the atmosphere of Kerbin to ensure a return. That's 158. 58 kilometers is perfect. Still got 600 meters per second of delta V, so that's going to get us a lot of the way to our re-entry. So let's just fast forward. We say goodbye to the moon. Well done, Nudger and Sixer. It got a bit hairy there at one point, but we managed it. Right, we're leaving the moon. Where's Kerbin gone? There's Kerbin. So we're leaving the moon. The sun's over there. We're heading towards Kerbin, I think. Are we heading towards Kerbin? Well, we will be heading towards Kerbin. We flung off in the other direction. So here we go. It's going to be a few days before Brandon gets to leave. Yeah, I think we can just pretty much just come back until we're in atmosphere and then retrograde it. We don't want to go too fast though, because we could end up just time warping through the atmosphere by accident or something ridiculous like that. Okay, now how are we going to be coming in? Going to be mostly in the dark, which is not exactly how I wanted to re-enter Kerbin. There we go. So I think we'll start burning. Obviously, the more we burn now, the less passes we will have to do to stop. We might actually be able to just do a landing outright. We'll have to wait and see whether we've got enough fuel for that. I knew we was definitely going to have enough fuel to get back. Whether we was going to have to do some aero braking or not, I'm not sure, but it looks like we are going to have to do some aero braking to get back. We're about to run out of fuel, which is a shame. There we go. There we go. We're out of fuel. So maybe, well, I don't know actually. We're going to keep the solar panels on and the antenna, the communitron. That's going to they're just going to rip off during re-entry, but that's fine. So now it is time to stage the landing section, the lunar landing section, and get ready for just re-entry. So if we just push ourselves sideways like that, and we ditch that section, here we go. We can just turn this round. And I'm just thinking what I might do is bring in one solar panel in case it goes wrong too early and we need to eject and get the other solar panel. So we'll see. So now we are just like purely ballistical going round here, and every time we go past we're going to reduce the Acropolis by dragging the capsule through the atmosphere. We're actually just coming up out of the atmosphere now, so I think we may have another 2 passes, which is fine. As we come round we will gain solar charge, so we've got plenty of solar charge. The ablator will be fine. We don't actually need this communitron to communicate. The probe in the service bay has enough power to be able to communicate with the surface. So if we can get these 2 down, fine, and we should be able to with our drogue chutes and our main chutes, then it's just a matter of bringing Brandon back. Okay, so we're out the atmosphere now, so we just fast forward all the way around the far side, and we are looking at only 179. We might actually come in on this route. It's a little bit closer as to whether we do or don't come in on this way round on this particular path. Should I say pass? Pass. That was the word I was looking for. So here we go. We're now back in atmosphere. Those solar panels are actually going to slow us down a little bit. So let's have a look at these numbers here. So that the numbers that we're seeing on the screen show us the height of our orbit. I mean, I'm not even using the stick at the moment because we're just falling now. We're falling with style. We are nowhere near the periapsis yet, and we've already got our Acropolis down to 140 meters. I think we're coming in this loop. We may even land relatively close to the space center at this rate. Yep, there we go. We're under 100 meters now. 100 kilometers, 90 kilometers. It's dropping down to 80. Periapsis is now coming 40 kilometers near the Kerbin Space Center, and we're about to have contact with the surface. Yeah, we're going to come into the water just in front of the Space Center. Here we go now. We're coming in. One solar panel is currently out. That doesn't matter, it's going to get blown off anyway. We're kind of upside down, so I'm going to see if I can just slow the time dilation. Can I rotate us? I can rotate us. There we go. Poorly solar panels. Yeah, I just want to keep a solar panel out to try and just keep us as much electrical charge as we can. We're only still in the very upper atmospheres. So whilst there's a lot of heat building up, there's not a lot of actual pressure in terms of wind resistance, although we are now starting to enter the upper atmospheres that I was talking about. We're going to land in the water. It's going to be early morning. Looks like something wants to explode. I hope it's not the ablator. We're going to... Should we retract the panels now? And we'll retract the antenna before they blow off. There we go. Nudger and Six are nervous here now. Now the only thing that I'd be using the joystick for now is staging. So we will switch back ready for the staging. We just went under 2 kilometers per second sidewards. We're 30 kilometers up, well 31 kilometers up now, so we're starting to slow down quite a lot. Nudger and Sixer are now experiencing roughly 1G of deceleration, and I'm just going to double check that our drogue chutes are the next chutes to go. It is quite difficult to see through that, but I'm pretty sure they are. Yep. So we're going to have a morning splashdown for the return of Nudger, Sixer and their surface sample. Here we go. That's it. We're coming into the thicker stuff now. That's to about 2.5 Gs they've got on them. Creeping up to 3 Gs, but then it's going to slow. It's going to ease off. It's going to ease right off now as they plummet towards the water, but they'll be fine probably. Just going to speed things up a little bit. We're still 10 kilometers up. There we are, 5 kilometers now. And about to deploy the drogue chutes and drogues. Drogues have... Oh, that looked like it was about 8 Gs when those drogue chutes opened up fully. First to land on the moon, first to leave. Giving me some more time to do your science. Okay, yeah. I need to make sure that I don't get too distracted and forget to launch the main chutes. Otherwise, these two will hit the water at 35 meters per second. So, I think normally I would launch chutes somewhere around the 400 to 300 meter mark. But I'm going to do it at 500 just to be safe and sure. So here we go. There's 6 now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shoots. There we go. Cracking, brilliant, fantastic. They're not down, but they're as good as a 5 meters per second plop into the ocean is going to be no problem at all. Then we have to bring Brandon back. Oh, we'll do the giveaway. We need to do the giveaway. There we are. They're back. They're back. Let's recover the vessel. Okay, here we go. So, we earned 182 science from the EVA report, the surface sample, and the recovery of a vessel that was returned from the surface of the moon. We got a few bits of parts back, and of course, Nudger and Sixer came back, and Nudger is now advanced to level 1, which is brilliant. 7 XP gained for Nudger. Don't know why you got 7. But we'll get the giveaway going. So this is a giveaway for rail route, kindly provided to me by the developers, and I have 1 copy to give away now, and then next month I will be doing the viewer and viewer plus giveaways as rail route. There we go. So you've got 10 minutes to enter the giveaway. You can buy up to 10 tickets, and each ticket costs 10 hellish points. So there we go, folks. The game giveaway has begun. And you might have to actually do the giveaway on YouTube because of the bot. I turn the cloud bot back on. Hang on, let's try... Let's close entries and then resume entries again and see if that works. There, it's now working on Twitch as well by the looks of it. Yep, Brandon, I can see you bought 1 ticket on Twitch. Okay, let's head over to the tracking station. I see Sixer and Jackamak have both bought 10 tickets for that. We're going to go and try and get Brandon home now. So... Eagle 3 Moonlander to ship. Fly. Now this time I'm just going to go straight up for a little bit and then across, rather than trying to get the orientation right, because that was a little bit too scary for my liking. Okay, let's extend the solar panel. So in theory, oh, now we're actually just going to be going away from Kerbin to the right. Okay, so if we get the stick back on cam. Whoop. Okay, so it's that way. So if I watch it from this direction, must be going away from Kerbin. So then if I look at it from this direction, it should be fine. I shouldn't confuse myself. Okay. Right then, we've got 1,600 meters of Delta V. Brandon's there with the experiments ready to go. Let's throttle up and just double check. Away from Kerbin, that's right. Nozzles pointing that way. Brilliant. Okay, here we go. Whoop, steady. It's a little bit twisted, but we're okay. It looks like we're doing good. There's the flag. We're flying away from the flag. We can bring our landing legs back in. That is almost high. In fact, that is high enough. Let's not waste any fuel on that. And then we can just warp to the point that we've gone up to. So at the minute I see Brandon's got 1 ticket, Mike Gamer's got 1, Jackamat got 10, Six has got 10. So we're going to go prograde now, full throttle. I'm hoping we'll have just a tiny bit more fuel in this one to bring it home, so that we don't have to do an extra pass. We'll see though, we might have to. Okay, so as soon as we're in orbit of the moon, a safe enough orbit of the moon, I will stop. I don't actually know how big the tallest mountains are, but never mind. And then we want to come round to this point for our lunar escape. We've got stuff all over. What's that up there? Oh, Minmus. We've got Minmus all the way over there. Oh, Mike Gamer adjusted his tickets to 10. So Brandon, if you want 10 tickets, I suggest you buy 9 more. Okay, there we go. So the craft is just spinning around, and we are prograding away from the moon. So there's Kerbin. We're prograding this way, which will fling us off round the back of the moon and into an elliptical orbit around Kerbin. There it is already. Careful. Okay, that was too much. I overdid it by the smallest of amounts. We're at 38 meters. We want to be more like 60. There we go. Looks like we're actually got a chance encounter with the moon again. I hope that doesn't break our flight path in a bad way and fling us off. Okay, so we would, by the looks of it, get to the moon again next time the moon comes round, which is fantastic. I mean, we're not going to do that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so Egg hasn't actually gone in yet. We've only got 4 minutes of the giveaway left. Remember, you just follow the instructions in chat to enter the giveaway, and if you win, if you're randomly selected by the bot, you will win 1 copy of Rail Route to mark not only Rail Route coming out, but the My Tutorial series coming out for Rail Route. First there was OpenTTD, now there's Rail Route. Okay, so we are ready to do our retrograde burn, I think, to get Brandon back home. So full throttle, and let's see how close this gets us. So we're looking to bring this right in. The shame is the closer that you get, the more throttle that you need to do it. That's 2 million. I think we might be doing it in one pass again. Looking at the amount of delta V, it's going to be relatively close. Oh no, we're going to need 2 or 3 passes by the looks of this. Yep, 2 or 3 passes. Well, the good news is that everything so far is going to plan. This landing stage is now useless to us, so I will just ditch it. So we will turn and pop. Away it goes. Now Brandon can't control the aircraft. Oh wait, we have a probe inside. I forgot we had a probe inside. That's brilliant. Retrograde. How's the power looking? Power's looking good. Let's close both. We'll close one of the solar panels. J-Bay says, hey Hellish, you play Euro Truck Simulator 2? I think I have. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. No, I think I've just played Euro Truck Simulator. I don't think I played Euro Truck Simulator 2. I'd have to have a look at my Steam account. Euro Truck Simulator 2. Well, apparently I played it back in 2015. So there we go. News of the day. Now I really hope none of these science experiments get ripped off. I think we put some of the science in the capsule with Brandon, but unfortunately not all of it. Okay, it's looking pretty good at the moment. Like I said, I think we're going to require at least one more pass through the atmosphere, which is what we did with the other guys. Now, unfortunately for me, I've got ever so slightly poorly lips. They get too dry. So, put some stuff on them. Try and make them be okay. Yeah, J-Bay, it was so long ago. It's going to support multiplayer convoys. Wow. That'll be good. That'll be good when it does support that. Right then, so I think, are we out of atmosphere yet? We are now, okay. Around we go. And we are definitely going to be coming in next time. Looks like this Moonlander debris might be getting close to us. It's just going to be orbiting forever. Look at all this debris that we've got all over the place. The various different stages and bits that I just dropped all over the place. There we go. So there's the moon. That's where we was. We're bringing back the science with Brandon. Hopefully a lot of the crew will level up and all that sort of thing. Maybe it's something to play with a Viewer Plus people. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. So are you saying that they're going to do native multiplayer? Is that what you're saying? Because I would be down for native... Whoa! Native multiplayer. I did not mean to do that. I just meant to do that. I was just going in sail up. Right then, let's have a look. See what the situation is. Yes. Yeah, we're so coming in this round. We might even land near sunset. Looks like we might land near sunset. Here we go. You can no longer enter the raffle. Okay, folks. So as Wizard Brandon re-enters the atmosphere of Kerbin to bring to a close quite a monumentous journey, actually, to take 3 Kerbals to the moon and a science vessel successfully land not just them once, but also land another one again and bring them back, I think that is absolutely fantastic. So the winner of the rail route giveaway is J-Bay. Congratulations, J-Bay. You beat the odds. You beat Sixer, Jackomac, Mike Gamer and Brandon to win the giveaway of rail route. Well done. Okay, we're coming in hot now, so I'm going to retract that solar panel before it rips off, which you'll probably do in a couple of kilometers. So what I'll do, J-Bay, is I think I've got a direct Discord conversation with you, so to make it easier, I'll just drop you the code there. If you want to be within the chance of winning a rail route, there you still have an opportunity both in the viewer giveaway and the viewer plus giveaway. So don't you worry. But here we go. Brandon's coming back now. I just have to get ready to launch those drogue chutes at the appropriate time. I think about 3 kilometers will do the job. And drogues. Now this one hasn't got 2 side chutes, it's only got the nose chute. Wow, that was about 9 G's, Brandon, that you pulled there. In fact, J-Bay, if you could just drop me a message on Discord so I could get it over to you. Thanks. We can get the solar panel out now if we wanted to. We're not going to though. We're just going to speed up the game again before we open main chute. Now this section's lighter, so this larger main chute should slow us down plenty, in theory. 7 meters a second. It's a little bit faster than what I'd really like, to be honest, but it's definitely survivable. There we go. And we can recover Brandon. That all went so well. I've been dreading that in some ways. Okay, so Brandon brought back with him 275 science. Obviously the landing pod and himself, who's now gone to level 1, having gained 6 experience. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. Brilliant. Let the sun rise over the Space Centre. Our reputation's above 50%. We've got about 1.5 million credits in the bank, and we've got 600 points to spend in R&D. So this is where I'm going to let you guys help me decide. I did put something in one of the chats a while back about the route to all the science modules, so I'm just going to scroll back up through the chat and see if I can find that. What's this? Nope, that's not it. No, that's not it. Where's it gone? Oh, it was all before the kill feed stuff that we were looking at. Spoilers here with rockets and rovers. There it is, I found it now. So, using that as a reference, there are science modules on this first stage, over on this part, on survivability, then on basic science. Then there's no science parts until electronics, scanning tech, and then finally advanced science tech. So the question is, where do we want to spend our science points? Westain, good night, take care. What we could do is we could spend all 300 on scanning tech and on electronics, and that means we would have all science components apart from the negative, this detector. We would have all the other stuff. So we would have the surface scanning, no, it's this one. We'd have the virometer, we would have barometer, I think it's called. We would have the magnometer boom and the seismic accelerometer. And once we got that, we would then be able to get even more science. So my proposition to you guys is, do we spend all of this 600 science on just 2 big unlocks to allow us to get more science quicker? Maybe we could put these on the rover and go around the space center and do a bit of science. It seems like the right decision to me, but then, I mean, these ones here are only 90 each, so I could afford all 3 of them and probably 2 of these as well, so we could unlock 5 lower items. Yeah, so these ones are 90 egg in this column, and these ones are 160 in this column. So between this, we could unlock the 3 that we have left and 2 in this section, I believe. So we could get supersonic flight, but it would take us longer to generate more science again to unlock the other science tools. And unless anybody's got a good reason why not, I think it would be a good idea to unlock those science tools, because then, you know, getting 90 science might be very easy and very quick, so we can unlock the smaller things. Let's see what the chat says about that. Oh dear, I'm a little bit relieved about the whole thing. One of the science tools and some other stuff. We could do. It's just that if I'm pretty sure that if we unlock these science tools, we could do science around the space center and then unlock some of the other stuff. It makes sense to me. Egg doesn't seem to think I should put all my eggs in the science basket. But at the end of the day, at the moment, the biggest thing holding us back from exploring further and further is the equipment that we have. And getting equipment requires science. So surely science tools should be the priority. I think I've managed to talk. Yeah, I've go to the most experienced ASAP. Yeah, I'm going to open the scanning stuff to get this, and we're going to open up the electronics to get these 2. Okay, it gives us some other things as well, but we've still got 41 science left, so I would have thought very soon we'll be able to get the next things. But let's build the rover up, the science rover. Where has it gone? Test rover 1, load. So we can put, I mean, the lander can is much lighter, but is it smaller? No, it's not smaller. Okay, what we'll do is we'll look at the science and we will stick all the science on. Don't know where to stick the science on. We'll just put that like there. And put this bit. Oh my goodness, that's huge. Can we put it underneath? We'll put it underneath. Oh, we got lighting underneath. I will put it underneath anyway. There we go. And then that one as well. So we've got quite a few bits of science all around here. We've got the infrared infrared telescope as well. Ooh. Okay. We've got the scanning arm. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting the boom to come out like that. Wow. That's interesting, that. We've got the survey scanner. It's an orbital scanner. Science experiment, science experiment, science experiment. Science experiment. It says this is a science experiment as well. So let's stick it on. We can. Oh my goodness, that's huge. I have no idea where it'd even go. Just put it on top of there. You can't. Put it on top of that bit. Well, that just looks ridiculous. That's a resource scanner. Got that. Okay. I've got all the things that are labelled science experiment. Let's do an experiment now and take this rover onto the launch pad. I don't know whether we're going to get science with all these. We'll see. Go to get the most all right, here we go. Right. So let's put the brakes on. Turn the lights on and extend the arms. Right. What happens? Can we log observational data? Infrared telescope can't be done right now. It says it's inactive. Start observing tracking. Without an antenna present to transmit data it gathers. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, we could put an antenna on it. Extend boom. So... What? So you can only extend... What? Can we not do science with that? Oh no. What about with this? Scan distance 3 meters. No target in range. Oh my goodness. I need to look at some of these. I mean, I know I can do that one. You can log seismic data. You can run atmosphere analysis. But it's these two that are new to me. What does this boom do? It says it's a science experiment. I'll have to look at it. Right, okay, well let's recover the vessel. We'll take off the bits I'm not sure about. We'll do the others. And then... stuff. We'll send Brandon out. Shall we? I think that's a good idea. We'll send Brandon out. So let's take that off. We're not sure about that. We're not sure about that. And we're not sure about that. But the other pieces that we got, this one and that one, that's all good. Okay, so let's save that. Put Brandon on it. There we go. Maybe, actually, should we take Hudson? Maybe next time. Maybe next time we'll take Hudson. And we'll go out and do some data. Do some science. Here we go. I just need to check something, folks. Bear with me a second. Just one moment. Analytics. Okay. We're 58 subscribers away from 13,000 on YouTube. Oh yeah. Right, here we go. So we've got Brandon on board. We'll turn the lights on. We'll open up. There's another subscriber. So that's one less. I don't know if I can use the joystick for this, but let's give it a go anyway. So we'll turn the brakes. No. Uh-oh. Great. Oh dear. Ugh. Okay, I have no idea why this thing's rolling forward lots. Yeah, If I use the keyboard, it works. Oh, it doesn't want to go forward with the keyboard either. What on earth is going on? It's because Brandon's trying to control it. Okay, so I can do left and right, but there's just nothing else. Oh, the brakes are on. We've ran out of power? We've ran out of power. That's what it is. Recover vessel. Brandon's fine. We just ran out of power. We'll try again. Why did we run out of power so quickly? Let's try again. Check we got Brandon on board and off we go. Okay. Just seems that this thing wants to do whatever it wants to. The electrical charge is just completely dropping. It's still dropping. Something's sucking the electrical charge out of this. But it's not even driving anywhere. That's weird. I think there's been a change. Yes, there must have been a change in the update. I'm going to need something, Brandon, because that's just not enough. I could put a jet engine on it, maybe. Jet engines, they generate power, don't they? Liquid jet engine. Like, what have we got on the electrical side of things? Just put like loads of solar panels on it and see if that makes any difference whatsoever. Steering disabled. Steering disabled. I don't want rear wheel steering on this. It just makes it turn too harshly, and that's when you flip them over. Okay, let's see if that makes a difference. I don't know. I don't know. This rover didn't need that much solar panel before the update, so maybe there's been some balancing going on. It's still dropping. Does just seem to want to roll forward though for some reason. I have no idea why, but it just wants to go. Well, that went. That's a bit weird, that. Yeah, they've changed Oh, they've changed the way that the wheels and stuff work, I think. And now it's just draining power and stuff. I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's see how much the new items consume. So... No, I didn't mean to do that. I added the atmospheric fluid dropby. Doesn't actually say it consumes any power. Neither does the... Oh, here we go. Requires electrical charge. 0.4 per minute. I don't think that's it. Because these generate a lot in comparison. Wonder if it's the wheels. Like the friction control or something. Something is definitely very different about this rover than what it was like before. It's like we could just disable the motors. I need to know what is using power. What is using what electrical power? I don't know. Honestly don't know. I didn't realise that there's that much change in it. These wheels seem to break off a lot easier than they used to as well. Okay, what if I take off half the wheels? Does that kind of solve the problem, or does it not make any effect? Because if it doesn't make any effect, then I don't think it's the wheels. Let's have a look. I think the wheels use a lot more electricity than they used to. Because now with half the amount of wheels we're fine. Okay, so there we go. I think that's our answer. The wheels use a lot more power than they used to. So while we're up here, let's log seismic data and do a atmosphere analysis. Now we can't reset the experiment because Brandon is not on board. But I think what we'll do is we'll get Brandon on board and we'll do a couple of other places as well. Oh, Brandon might... No, Brandon wasn't on board, surely. Brandon was on board? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, she was Brandon. Let's go do 2 more spots, and then what I'll do between now and next time, I'll take this new science apparatus around the Kerbal Space Center to get any bits and bobs that we need. So we're going to go down to the crawlway. This thing looks really weird now with all these solar panels hanging out. The only problem is if I do roll the craft, then I'm going to break most of the solar panels, but it's unlikely that you can roll this on flat terrain now. That should do for the crawlway, I think. Let's get Brandon out. Doop-a-doo. You can remove your helmet, Brandon. I'll tell you what we haven't done. We haven't taken a surface sample. Let's log the seismic data and do an atmospheric analysis. I think we've done a material study of the runway. Yes, we have. So let's close the doors on that. Store the experiments in there. Have we done an EVA report? Yeah, we have. We haven't done a surface sample at the launch pad, so we need to do that. There we are. Oh, well, there goes one set of solar panels already. We'll just leave them behind. Why would you need a surface sample of the launch pad? You can do all the various different bits of science from all the different places within the Space Center. These wheels are much more delicate than they used to be. Much more delicate. I saw something in the patch notes about the wheels and the way that they've been adjusted. So I think what we're going to have to do is look at different ways of doing this. Maybe we can upgrade the Mark 1 rover or something. But I think we're going to leave it there for now. We've done fantastic missions to the moon. We did 2 at the same time. We got everybody there and back. We got all the science. We've unlocked more science equipment. I'm going to check out that science equipment between episodes. And there we go. Well, once again, congratulations to J-Bay for winning the Railroute giveaway. Remember, there are giveaways for Railroute starting from the beginning of next month. And if you think you might be interested in purchasing Railroute, go check out my tutorials, because it gives you a good idea about how you play the game and so forth. And I'm planning to do a Let's Play series as well. In addition to that, I've started planning a live RimWorld series. So that will be coming in approximately 3 to 4 weeks. Okay? And I've also planned what's next on my YouTube channel after OpenTTD, but you're going to have to wait a little while longer for me to let you know more about that. But thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been cool, and we'll do something a little bit more wacky maybe next time. Had to do a lot of concentrating this time. I think we'll try and look at some more fun things. Shorter, fun, maybe a little bit more explodey stuff. But that's going to be all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Ta-ra.